Is it time for you to raise your prices, but you don't know exactly how to let your clients know you're raising your prices? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do exactly just that and how to make it easy too. So stay tuned. First, I'm going to show you what you're probably doing that's stopping you from raising your prices right now. Then I'm going to reveal the most important sale you need to make. Next, I'm going to show you how to determine when to raise your prices. Then I'm going to show you how to raise your prices with existing clients. By the end of this video, you'll have the recipe for success to be able to attract more high-ticket clients and have them paying you the price that you deserve and want. So let's dive right in. There are typically 4 reasons why people struggle to raise their prices. So the first thing is, will people really pay them that much? The second thing is, will I be able to deliver that much value? The third thing is, how much do I actually have to deliver to provide that much value? And the fourth thing is guilt or fear of leaving your existing clients behind. Now, when you go into the root of all those 4 things that I just mentioned, what they really are all just limiting beliefs, right? The fear of you not offering enough value that you have to over-deliver, or the feeling that you have to be responsible for past clients, that they're not responsible for themselves, and even that they won't be able to afford or want to pay your rates. Now, I can tell you this, I literally have been in places in my life where I have had $3 to my name. Like, I had no idea where my next income was coming in. I had $3, and I still found ways to invest in programs that I deemed a priority. And because I did that for myself, there is absolutely no one who can tell me that they can't find the money if they really want to invest in the program or price. It's only a limiting belief that is holding them back from saying yes. And unfortunately, it's the same limiting beliefs that's creating the result that they're getting in the first place. So by you standing in power for them, by you standing in the belief that they can actually do this, you're helping support them to move on from the beliefs that are holding them back and creating the results that they're currently getting. Now, this is the most important sale, right? The most important sale that you can make is to yourself first. You have to sell yourself and on your program or product. If you're not sold on your program or product or on yourself, no one else is really going to buy it either. Or they're going to buy it, but they're going to give a lot of objections in the process. And you're going to feel like you have to do a lot of influence or even convincing. And sales feel icky when you have to do convincing. Like, nobody wants to convince. What you want to do is create a sales process that is so inspirational to your customers and clients that it's transformational in the process. Because truthfully, sales is service. And if it's feeling icky, it's just because of what the energy that's going on there. And the more that you can own your own value and the value of your product or service, the more that you're able to charge what you want and get easy yeses in the process and have it feel good to have the next level clients step into it and say yes. So you can ask yourself questions of like, what are the objections that I have about this product or service, right? What do I think is wrong with it or lacking or whatever, and really heal your own objections. Like, get to the root of what's going on and understand, is it a problem with the product or service, or really is it just a product with the meaning that you're making out of it? And then if it is, reframe those and make different meanings out of it so that you can stand in an empowered place for your product or service. So when you're standing solidly in it, other people will gravitate to you. You'll magnetize them as a result. So here's one of the things that I suggest you do. You set a date and time when you're going to raise your prices. Now, I have had clients do various different things. So when we discuss and I help them raise their prices, typically my clients quantum leap their prices. Like one of my clients, Harry raised his prices. He literally went from getting $8,500 for a year to $24,000 for a year, like that. There was no incremental steps in it. He just massively raised his prices because I helped him clear the stuff that was blocking him from being able to step into that new price point. And every time he'd start to feel a little insecure about the price point and offer a lower price point, he'd get an objection from the client. And every time he stepped into the $24,000 price point, they'd say an easy yes. And so it was clear that was the right price point for the program. Now, other clients of mine, like my client Pammy, was having an issue with raising her prices too. So what she did is immediately she set out to raise her prices for her new clients, but she didn't raise her prices for her old clients. She decided that she was going to take her clients through another year of working with her at her old price point before she raised her prices with them. And that way she could bring in sufficiently enough new clients that if those clients stepped out and said, that's too pricey for me, then she had a whole stable of new clients that were paying her at her new price point. So there are a lot of different options, but I would recommend raising the new price point immediately once you own the new price point. One of the little things that I have my clients do, for example, in the client like Harry, who's $24,000, one of the things I had them go around walking, and the price for that is $24,000. Actually, the investment is how I say it, because it is an investment in yourself. It's not an investment in the person who's selling the product or service. The person who's buying it is making the investment in themselves. So the investment to work with me is $24,000. The investment to work with me is $24,000. The investment to work with me is $24,000 until it rolls off your tongue. I made an offer to somebody and they were like, oh my God, how does that money roll off your tongue like it's nothing? And I said, because it is. It's nothing. Right? It's nothing for you to invest if you really want it that badly. It's absolutely nothing. But she wasn't at that mindset yet that she could actually accept that it's that easy to roll those kinds of numbers off of your tongue. But when you get accustomed to doing it and you own it like it's, like it's nothing, like it's like, I'll have that for breakfast. When you can say that, like I'll have that toast for breakfast, then you know you've owned your price point. When your energy doesn't waver in it, then you know you've owned your price point. So I offer tons of valuable content on how to shift your mindset to a success mindset, how to really own your value and own your pricing. And so please subscribe to these videos so you can stay up to date, that you can get notified when the most valuable content is coming out for you. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Now, there is a big difference in everything that I've just said about raising your prices and whether or not to do it with existing clients or not. If you have clients who are in a contract with you, then you can't go outside of the contract unless something really has changed about that contract. You can't necessarily go outside of the contract and change your prices, but when that contract ends, you can. And so what a lot of my clients do is they have a certain contract for a certain length of time with their clients, and typically their clients re-up with them, and they give them advance notice and warning to let them know, oh, by the way, I've raised my rates, and so the next time we work together, it's going to be XYZ. And so they're already prepared and digesting it when that time actually comes along. And in the process of doing that, it's key to highlight the results they've already gotten. It's so easy for them to forget where they were when they first started working with you. Like, my clients' lives don't look anything like what they initially look like when they start working with me. They were overworked, they were burnt out, they were overwhelmed, they weren't spending time with family, their income was stagnating. All of that has massively changed. And so when I renew with a client, particularly at a new rate, I remind them all the results that they've gotten as a result of our work together. And it highlights how much can still change and how much work there is still left to do. So make sure you highlight your customer and clients' results that they've already gotten from the work they've done with you when they're ready to renew working with you. Here's a really huge reframe that's helpful, because one of the things that so many people are afraid of when they raise their rates is they're afraid that people are going to leave. Now, if people do leave, if they make a decision that that investment isn't worth it for them in the moment, then really the reframe is they're just making space for people who believe that investment is worth it and who are ready to say yes and throw their credit card at you. Because I see that with my clients all the time, right? Every time, like I was telling you about my client Pammy, she was so scared that people weren't going to say yes. She already had a 5-figure offer and she raised her rate 50%. And she was so afraid people weren't going to say yes. And she had four people say yes within 6 weeks to her new rate. And she was so thrilled and excited because she went from this fear of raising her rate to having a whole new stable of clients that she was working with, and she continues to enroll new clients at her new price point. And the key is, as with most of my clients, actually all my clients, is when they really feel excited that the value exchange is worthwhile for them, then they step into their next level of showing up for their clients at their next level as well. So not only when you raise your price point are you getting paid more, but your clients are getting paid more because you're stepping up to your next level work as well. And it's a win-win then for everybody involved. In this video, I'll show you how to ditch the fear of rejection so that you can raise your prices with ease and actually start getting it. So go watch that video now. Thanks, I'm Alaina, and I'll see you in the next video.